still, I felt sad inside. Yeah.
All right, so I would like to continue visiting with you and talk about these past experiences and how they contribute to your current issues. I would like to also refer you to our psychiatrist over on the second floor. They could probably look at some low dose medications that might kind of help with that low mood that's just dragging, making things difficult for you. And that's up to you. You would discuss that with the doctor because that's their area, not mine. But
But I don't want to take anything that's going to make me groggy, because I need my mind to work. Because I'm a creative person, as I told you. I need to keep working on my generators and computer things. So.
Yes, of course. That's why, and that's something you would talk with the doctor. That's something. I mean, and that would be your choice.
Okay.
It could be just something to think about to help you through. We do also have a group down on the first floor. It's just a quick 8-week session. You get a little certificate. I hear it's a little bit of fun. And then they just talk about how thinking and behavior interact and your feelings, how thinking, feeling, and behavior kind of interact together.
Talk about my feelings?
Oh, you don't talk. It's just an educational. It's just an educational group. They have handouts that you just take home with for yourself. You don't have to. You don't have to share any. You just bring. It's just a class. It's just a class. If you do choose to go to that class.
How many weeks you saying?
It's 8 sessions. You could go 8 weeks, and if you miss
a few, don't forget, I'm going to down there at the end of the month. But I will be back beginning of next month. Would that work?
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great. And then you could bring what's coming from that group here, and we can talk about the things that you learn in the group here in the session to kind of get the most out of it, and get you back on track as quickly as possible with these different resources.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Does it sound like we have a good plan here? Okay, and what are some goals that you personally would like to achieve? What is something that you really...
I want to be able to sleep, man.
And that's something the doctor can definitely help you with.
I need to sleep, and I want to feel happy again. I don't know what that's like. It's been for so long. It's been like trying to keep that persona, because everybody knows you used to nobody knows, not everybody knows I was in the Secret Service, because you don't talk about it, but everybody knows I was in the Army, so they expect me to be that big boy, and I'd like to be happy, and and
these are things to talk to the doctor with about. I would also like to help you with myself, and I think the education will also help also, because there's magic. Medicine's not magic.
But you know what? I can tell you, they tried to hook me up with, sorry for using that word, but a male counselor. It didn't work out. But I think that it's best for me to have a female counselor. I do better with female counselors.
Okay, if that works for you, then that's something that we can accommodate.
Yeah, so just to say that, I'll come visit you.
All right, and I really look forward to working with you. The group is on Thursdays.
On Thursdays,
at 10:30. If you can't make it, that's fine.
Okay.
I can always get the homework from there, and we can talk about it in our sessions. Just whatever works best for you.
Okay.
So I will see you next week.
Okay.
And if you want, write down something that you'd like to work on specifically, or I could bring something to the table. All right?
Okay. That sounds good.
All right, Francis. Nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.
Okay, PTSD. On that, dude. Contributing to paranoia, trauma.
Yes.
That man's just got compounding trauma after trauma after trauma, and nothing's resolved.
Yeah.
You had to meet with this guy?
We are friends, believe me.
We are really?
We are friends. And actually, he lives now in France.
Has he pursued any type of therapy?
Not yet, because that since we didn't get to the medical, aspect of things, just to let you know that he had to travel. We basically had to make him travel back to France, because he was so caught up in the drinking and stuff like that, that he was in a depressive state. He didn't even know it. He lost a lot of weight, so we had to do an intervention, and I was basically a social worker from a distance, making that happen so we can evacuate him to France. So right now is in treatment for the physical things. He gained weight, is also doing a treatment for tuberculosis. And I heard hepatitis C. It swears to God I didn't have any sexual encounters with anybody. And but you know what? When people are so intoxicated, you think that you put that little, thing over your wee wee, but maybe you didn't, or you didn't put it, the way you were supposed to.
Yeah,
Okay,
you don't think straight.
you
with
don't
that.
get straight. So because this is something is been
This
not,
man is an onion.
he never been, and the thing is never been honest about the drinking. You see the way I was talking, like you're trying to
Oh,
say
I
that
see.
I'm a drunk, so that's the way he is.
I have not seen
You
an
know?
alcohol. I have not seen a
He,
single
ne-
person.
he
I've
doesn't
seen
want to
I've seen
address
9
that fact.
assessments come in.
It's always in denial. But unfortunately, fortunately for him, while he's being treated for the tuberculosis and the hepatitis C, the doctors forbid him to drink. He had a little relapse. He told me, because I'm kind of his counselor from a distance, but I think he's sticking to it because his mother, he lives with his mother now, and the mother is the one driving him to the appointment and stuff like that. But at the same token, I have a feeling that he will have to address the fact that he needs to work with the emotional parts. And I know how I'm going to get him there, because the other day he phoned me, because you can phone through Facebook or whatever, and he was telling me about another project that he has for Haiti, about essential oils. And he was trying to get that thing again. Oh, Haiti is in such difficulty now. I think that I can get people a way to work, and at the same token, get some money for myself. That grandiosity, is coming back again.
Yeah, he's having the
And
manic.
then,
He's having the manic symptoms.
So the manic is coming back.
Yeah.
So yes, it's getting better in physically, but the emotional issues are there. So
They're still there.
All I told
and
him,
it's gonna end.
and I told him, you know what? I understand you want to do that, blah blah blah, but he needs to investigate how the grapefruit seeds are going to be pressed so they can turn into oil. So the person who was working on it, the place was like in shambles after the hurricane. So he told me over the weekend he's going to talk to that person and see what's going to happen, and then I'm going to let him go through all the process. And when he get to the phase that, oh, I need money, I need this, I need that, as he used to tell us before, I'm going to say, okay, his real name is Flora. I'm going to say, Flora, remember we went all through that for the past 2 years, and every time we hit that phase, this is when you fall apart, you started screaming at us and doing things and that. So that means you need to address your reasons why. You're always trying to avoid your problems by trying to think that you can be that great persona. So we need to address that. So now that you're in France, I know you said you don't want to go to therapy, but you said that you like working with women. I'm going to ask that you suggest that you ask for a female therapist, and then you get it. So I'm going to use his own words. So he can get to that, because I use his own words to get him to France. So he can get that first thing.
The particular type of therapy that would work best for this particular person, because they're like a layer. There's trauma underneath these layers of addiction, layers of denial, layers of disassociation, layers of depression, layers, and
so for him, it's layers over under layers, and it's like a dynamite about to explode. So now it's contained because he's taking care of his physical health issues.
Psychoanalysis
but
is the best strategy for this particular person.
I know, but
it'll take so long.
It's going to be hard, but I don't know if he could get a kind of ethos, or I think EMDR could help for him, because with EMDR, are you aware of EMDR?
But you got to get the alcohol. I actually know somebody who's
but with the EMDR,
training up for EMDR.
With EMDR, it helps you open up about the feelings you don't want to talk about. Because I'm doing it now, because I've been sexually abused. That's me talking. Well, I've been sexually abused, and I go to therapy every week. And sometimes when it's so hard for me to talk, about anything because I have so many
Yeah.
layers of pain.
Walls,
You
yeah.
know, the therapist would say, let's do the EMDR. Sometimes she will do it in a way that, you know, I go to a happy place and then that help me process things, and next time I can talk, or she will help me with the MDR, go there. And I would cry or whatever. So she will go with
Yeah, to get
whatever
past your
flow.
walls,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I think for him, he needs that because he's been having that persona for so long that I'm a good guy. I can do this, I can do that, you know. And, you know, so he needs to get to a place where he can, you know. So
Yeah.
I think EMDR would help him with medication because if
you
not,
gotta get rid of the substance abuse.
because the substance abuse, it says, I think he's under control because since he
With
lives
the-
at home,
yeah.
mom locked all the cabinets with the wine, so
Good.
he's not drinking.
Good.
But I think he needs something to help him stay like this, you know, sober, while he's going to open up so he doesn't resort to, like, you know, I'm going to break the cabinet to get the alcohol.
Right, because doing
You
the
know?
EMDR is going to make all those
Exactly,
nerves raw.
exactly.
And if that's the coping mechanism,
because that was his
then
coping mechanism.
we
you
don't
know?
want to, and especially with the hepatitis, we don't want to
Exactly.
push them there. See, that's where
Exactly.
EMDR is awesome, but also very delicate in its approach.
But I think it may be part of the treatment for him. So he need talk therapy because he talks with me when he wants to. But for the past couple of days, he's been resorting to that persona, making me laugh,
mania.
you know, playing, like, you know, foolishness, you know, dragging me in a way, like, you know, flirting in a way, and then go back. You see, I saw that, I did that
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
I said, oh, you're a female therapist, you know,
Going in
I will go
circles.
back to your blah, 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 you know, because I want you to like me.
So going in the circles,
So-
but then coming back to because
Exactly, you know?
I'm really good about going in circles to keep people away from the subject.
Yeah,
I haven't raised so many kids with being really easy to.
I know. But, you know, the thing is, I have a soft spot for him as a friend. And the
You've
thing
done a lot.
is,
You've probably saved his life.
I probably saved his life physically, but I'm still concerned about his emotional state because he's not there yet, you know, to go to counseling. That part, because he already told me, oh, anyway, I have you, I have mom, I can talk to you anytime. But the thing is, I'm his friend, and I cannot be his therapist.
No, because
That's
there's
what
a
I was
different
telling him.
dynamic there.
Exactly. Because when I saw that he was getting back to the mania, I said, Lynn, you need to start thinking about prepping him to get there. But I have a good relationship with his mom as well, and I want to report to her parts of the conversations that are not, you know, not telling her exactly what he said, but said, you know, I think that I saw flares up, you know, it's some things have been flaring up again, and I think it's
Use the
about
language
time.
in this book about
Yeah.
mania
Yeah,
and disassociation from his depressive feelings.
yeah. She listens to me when I tell
Yeah.
her, and
Yeah.
I have a good friend who is a mental health specialist who met with him in Haiti and talked to her, you know, about the fact that we need to do the
Is
intervention.
it possible that he's borderline personality?
I would say that he's bipolar.
Just bipolar? Because
Yeah.
he can stay even. Well, he also avoids the emotional
I
part of it
think
too.
I don't know. You know, I was
And there's no
hesitating.
self-harm in there.
These days,
So,
no. But
no.
he had suicidal ideation, and he tried with the car. I don't know if you remember. Sometimes I told you with the
Yeah,
car,
the
I
car
tried
wreck.
to go the
Yeah.
car wreck. He
So
went to a few car wrecks.
That's why
you
I
know?
asked
Yeah.
about
So-
the suicidal homicidal.
So that's why I don't know if it's bipolar or borderline. I don't know, but it's either or.
well, he's not
you
trying
know?
to act. His drinking was involved with those car wrecks.
Depression
Depression brought you
was.
there.
Yeah, depression.
Borderline. I dealt with my oldest daughter's borderline. But it's in flare-ups. So it's a bipolar. With when she gets into a manic phase, it comes out by borderline. If someone caught her in a manic phase, they would say she's borderline. But then give her a week and
But
she's
2
fine.
years ago, I caught him in quite a few manic phases, and I helped him through them. But, because it was from a distance and I wasn't quite sure about what I was dealing with. So this is why, I really push for him to
Does he
go back
like
to
the manic
France.
phases?